And the weather.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Get it off my screen.
Victoria sharing this with us from Shelton. A few flurries falling over there, and then also in Ashford yesterday afternoon. Lori Smith sharing this with us. So be mindful of any slick spots that are lingering out on the roadways this morning. So isolated in nature, but we are going to have a mainly dry day with our snow and rain moving in the evening. So between about 8 and 9 o'clock. So if you're trying to get the kids off to any of their outdoor activities, or if they're indoor activities after school, should be just fine. Temperatures out there this morning, 18 to about 31 degrees, depending on where you are. 21 in Waterbury, Willimantic at 21 as well. So out the door, the sun will be out with a mostly sunny sky, but by the evening, we will have mostly cloudy skies. Temperatures around 40 degrees in the afternoon. Our rain chances don't come into the picture until about 7 or 8 o'clock, and there's also that potential for a little bit of snow too. This is really going to be an elevation dependent event. Our higher elevations likely to see about 1 to 3 inches of accumulation. Elsewhere is going to see mainly just rain or a slushy coating. A wind advisory for tomorrow in place. Gusts towards 40 miles per hour are possible. So once that rain, snow, and mix clear, it's windy and breezy and chilly and raw. Here's a look at our snow forecast for tomorrow. 1 to 3 inches, elevation dependent, mainly rain along the immediate shoreline. We'll detail out where we go from here and really walk you through the hour by hour so you can better prepare for this, and also the wind that's on the way for tomorrow and for our Friday coming up. On the roads this morning, again, watching out for those slick spots. They're isolated in nature, but your back decks and your porches, those be mindful that this is out there this morning. Back to you.
All right, you know it's that time of year because we've been discussing winter jackets during commercial breaks.
How long, the length. I personally have just dabbled in having almost like ankle length
And I'm
jackets.
not mad at that.
And it is life-changing.
Yeah.
It's so nice and warm.
Which is just kind of funny to see you at 5'1", just like scurry down the hallway.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure if it would be ankle length for everybody, but it is quite nice. And it is a chilly start to our morning. We've had several of those. Watch out for those slick spots out on the roads. We did have a few mood flurries out the door yesterday, kind of coating the ground in some spots. First steps out the door, your back decks, porches, things like that. That could be a bit tricky and slippery. But it's dry for the day today. From sun up to sundown, we will have some sunshine to start once the sun comes up, but increasing clouds are expected. And then after that, after about 7 or 8 o'clock, we are bringing in that chance for some rain and some snow to develop. This is really going to be an elevation dependent event. Our higher elevations will likely get in on some accumulating snow, whereas along the areas along the shoreline, you are mainly just rain. And for our Thursday, we have that morning rain and snow around the morning commute, tapering around 8 and 9 o'clock. And then there is a wind advisory in place, gusting towards about 35 to even 40 miles per hour at times. And with those falling temperatures, it's going to feel quite blustery and chilly out there throughout the day on Thursday. And that's going to bring us into our Friday with cold conditions too, feeling like the teens and the 20s for most of the afternoon. We have a wind advisory again in place for our 4 southern counties for the day tomorrow. That's not to say that Hartford, Windsor, our Windham County, Tolland County, as well as Phil County can't get in on a gust towards about 35 to 40. So secure those, your outdoor decorations. Certainly need to do that. And there's also a winter weather advisory for our friends to the north. The Berkshire is forecasting just around 2 to 5, even 6 inches of snow when all is said and done. 19 degrees in Windsor. It's 26 right now in Middletown, 25 in East Haven, 21 in Willimantic. Moving forward, you'll see increasing clouds as our highs move into the upper 30s near 40 degrees. Bringing the kids to any after school activities will be just fine. The roads will be okay. By 8 o'clock in the evening, though, that rain and snow has developed. It continues throughout the overnight hours with some accumulating snow in our higher elevations, mainly just rain for others, a slushy coating in some other locations like in central Connecticut from Hartford into Meriden, and then we'll see things wind down. So here's a look at what we could potentially see, up to 1 to 3 inches for our higher elevations, a slushy coating to 1 from southern Windham and Tolland County through northern New Haven County. And for the day today, temperatures will be in the upper 30s near 40 degrees. Tonight, we're down into the 30s with that rain and that snow developing, so it's a tricky morning commute. Tomorrow, the afternoon does feature falling conditions and also those wind gust potential towards about 35 to even 40 miles per hour. It's going to make things feel like the 20s for most of the day tomorrow, and also for our Keith and Symphony changes are on the way. We'll start off with a wintry mix tonight into early tomorrow, and then bitter cold temperatures to close out our work week. We'll have more details coming up.
Breaking down the details, some folks saw, and there it is, a few flakes this week.
Yeah, so yesterday we had some, I suppose, festive flakes, as we've been calling it, or a little bit of mood snow, but it did coat the ground in some spots. Bob sharing this with us in Woolkit, and then over in Torrington, Julie sharing this with us, coating the ground in some spots. So definitely want to look out for any of those slippery spots out on the roadways, isolated in nature. Also your back decks and porches, and even those first steps out the door may be a bit slick. By the afternoon, it's a dry day, but towards the evening, we are going to bring in rain and snow tonight. This is going to be an elevation-dependent event for us tonight into early tomorrow. We're starting off in the teens and the 20s, also the 30s, around 31 degrees in New Haven, but it's 18 degrees in Torrington. It's 21 in Willimantic, so planning your day, you're going to expect to see those increasing clouds, temperatures up around 40 degrees later on. We will bring in that rising chance for some snow and rain tonight after about 7 o'clock or so. That's going to linger into tomorrow morning, and then tomorrow afternoon it does turn windy with a wind advisory in place. More details on that coming up in just around 10 to 15 minutes. On the roads this morning here, not much to get to. We do have better conditions over in East Hartford this morning on 84. Both directions look good with light volumes. Your drive times through the Capitol. Glastonbury to the Founders Bridge is about at 6 minutes. There are still reports of some road work out by 39A on 84 over in West Hartford. Back to you.
Welcome back, everyone. Giving for Good holiday tour making an impact. We're headed to Fresh Start in Hartford, and recently incarcerated and folks who have experienced homelessness are building products out of recycled materials, specifically kind of those shipping pallets, and they make beautiful furniture.
Oh, that's awesome.
All different price points. We're going to be there starting at 8 o'clock.
That's great.
Yeah.
And what I also love about this tour, Keith, is that it also gives folks an opportunity to kind of think outside of the box of what to give folks too, because a lot of these places are making really cool things that you wouldn't think are like, oh, I could think my mom would love that, or oh, so that's really cool.
Yep. So many of them nonprofits doing some great work.
That's great stuff. And kind of getting into the holiday spirit, we had a little bit of move flurries yesterday. We're going to have some more overnight tonight into tomorrow. And tomorrow, I think that there could be some slippery spots, especially in the morning hours as the snow is coming down. And it will wrap up between about 7 and 9 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. So elevation dependent event, but 1 to 3 inches of snow is certainly possible for some of our higher elevations. A slushy coating to about 1 inch for other areas, like extending into Danbury, where you could pick up an inch or so of snow, and then mainly rain with a few flakes falling along our shoreline communities. So for tomorrow, there's also a wind advisory in place. In addition to the snow and the rain, the wind will start to pick up in intensity overnight, really peaking by the afternoon tomorrow, with gusts towards about 40 to 45 miles per hour. So certainly want to secure those loose items, any decorations that you've put outside already. Temperatures to start us off this morning are in the 20s and 30s. We do have some scattered upper teens this morning. Moving forward, we will see increasing clouds. We'll start off the morning once the sun comes up around 7:01 with some sunshine, but those clouds will build in, and that's ahead of the rain and the snow that arrives tonight. Temperatures upper 30s to right around 40 degrees. So planning out your day today, you'll see that by 11 a.m. we're starting to see those clouds begin to increase. After that, 4 or 5 o'clock, if you're getting the kids off to any after-school activities, the roadways should be just fine. By 7, 8 o'clock, that snow and rain begins to develop. It comes down light in nature to start, and then eventually that radar does fill in. Here's midnight tonight, and then here's 4, 5, even 6 o'clock in the morning, starting to see things wind down in western and central Connecticut after that. Along the immediate shoreline here, you'll notice that it is mainly just rain. Our higher elevations has that better opportunity to pick up that accumulating snow. There could be an occasional flurry or a snow shower in the afternoon and evening with that wind beginning to pick up. Wind gust potential is okay for this morning and into the afternoon, gusting towards about 10 to 15 miles per hour. But over the course of the evening, the winds do pick up overnight into early tomorrow, gusting towards about 20 to 25. By the afternoon, we do have falling temperatures, and with these gusts closer to the 40-mile-per-hour mark, it's going to make things feel like the teens and the 20s for most of the afternoon and into the evening. Starting us off on Friday morning, gusting towards about 25 to 30, and it will feel like the single digits for the kids at the bus stop, so certainly want to plan accordingly. And for most of the day on Friday, feeling like the teens and the lower 20s, although our highs will be closer to 30. So 30 to about 33 degrees will be the high temperature for our Friday, but dressing for the 20s and teens. 39 on Saturday.